check. Woohoo!
Yay!
We are officially live.
Yay.
I am so excited to be back with you. It feels
I know we missed December. This has been like 2 months, and it was just too crazy with December. I know it's very hard to
the holidays
include everything.
Yay. Oh my gosh, I love this. Hello, Cal. This is the environmental
Yay.
and we love it.
Hey guys.
I'm so happy to have you here, Linda. You're adorable. We love it. Yeah, Mandy and I are very excited, and we're already like for the next theme. Then we already like, oh, what do we get?
I know. That's what I was like a week ago. I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do next month so I can go ahead and start getting some perfumes, picking it out of my collection and buying some because I always need a reason. Yeah, apparently.
So today's theme, hello from yay, Tulsa hand pink wavy. We love it. Today's theme is, this was picked last time, but it was the our most complimented getting perfume. And I think we both have something to say. Like a lot of times you want to wear perfume for yourself, but there are certain ones that it's like guaranteed
every single time.
Yeah, every single time.
Every single time. And I don't know about you, but the majority of I would say probably all but like 2 of them, I would never guess would get the compliments that they get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I were to actually sit down and explain to people what this is supposed to smell like, they would be like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But they always say something about
Isn't that funny? And always. I think that, and I was going to say, so again, everybody's chemistry is going to be different.
Yep.
So we always like to say that, but I also find that do you have certain genres that I feel like, some people love that fresh. I always will get that fresh out of the shower scent. They'll get a compliment with those because it's kind of universally, everybody has a moment where they want to smell like that. And then those gourmand, yummy, delicious ones. And then I love it because you're like, I either want to smell like a man or cake.
Or cake. I've expanded my nose a little bit since I've said that, but I've said that forever, ever since I got my first. Okay, I found my first perfume that I ever got on FragranceNet, and it's $5. And I'm like, I need to just buy it and pay the shipping. Do you remember? It's called Exclamation. Do you remember that perfume? It was a white bottle with a black top that made it look like an exclamation point.
I do remember that.
Okay. I totally forgot about it until I saw it on FragranceNet, and I'm like, "Ooh, that was my first perfume ever." Ever since then, I've always said I want to smell like a man or cake. And now it's hard to say that because so many of these are unisex leaning. And I mean, the perfumes that are coming out now, it's like anybody could smell great wearing them. They don't really lean one way or the other. But I do feel like I have a lot of specific types of people that will stop me for specific perfumes. Does that make sense? Yes. Like I will have a group of people that will stop me for my florals. And then there's going to be a group of people that stop me for my gourmands, and they're pretty easy to spot. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's very consistent across the board.
And I like, Matthew also said, because it's true, molecule 1, that's always
and I can never smell it on me.
I can't smell it, but I have to laugh. So that's one that literally, because if you're going to the gym or you know what I mean, I can't smell it on myself either, but I love to put it on my clothes. It's like just spray it because it has that scent trail, but it's like so like I'm like I can smell it for a brief moment, but then I can't. But everybody around me, though, will ask me about it.
But the reason I don't have that is because I'm so selfish and I want to smell me. Like it is very true when I say I do not wear. I honestly don't think I have worn any of these perfumes for anybody. Like I pick out perfumes because I like them and because I want to smell them. So when I can't smell them, it's like, I don't really care if everybody else thinks I smell good. I want to smell it.
It's true. That's how I felt about Baccarat 540.
Yeah,
Rouge
that I go
40.
anosmic to that too.
Like, what, like and then I'll be like, but people will smell me, and I'll be like, oh, like, but I was kind of like you. I was like, but I want to smell
I want to
myself.
smell myself. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump in because we've got a lot of. Well, we both have I think 6 or 7, but when we get to talking, we get to talking. So,
Justina, yay! Okay. Do you want to try? You kick it off.
Okay, I'm gonna save my most complimented for last. But other than that, this is in no particular order. Let's start with the newest one to my collection, but it's not new, obviously, and I'm sure most of everybody watching has smelled this before, but I bought this maybe 2 months ago, and every single time that I've worn it, because you know how you get with a new perfume, you wear it a lot, and every single time I was around a lot of people in December, events and holiday gatherings, everybody said something about it, and it's Angel Share by Kilian. I mean,
this is a definite,
it just everybody talks about it, and this is Mandy in a beautiful bottle because it's boozy and spicy. And if you're just joining our lives, you may not know that my favorite type of scent is a boozy scent. And
I love this is Mandy, and I think of you that she loves the booze, guys. Like, she is my boozy lover, and this is so perfect for you. Well, this was so funny because it was sold out. Remember when it launched? And just sold out. So I had FOMO. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I missed out on it. So I finally got it. And then I understood why,
it's so good. It's like spicy, but not like it's like cinnamon, like that kind of, but then it's got the cognac, and I don't know if it has rum in it too, or if it's just cognac. It's just cognac, but it has praline, so there's a little bit of a sweetness, but it's not too sweet.
You're making it, and I feel like there's a little mintiness or something.
A little bit of like a menthol thing going on, yeah.
But I mean, and I love it. I mean, I think
it's so good. It is so, and usually I say that fragrances don't have a season. But I really do think this would be way too much in the summer. Like, it's very fall and winter appropriate. But if you have to like a boozy scent, you can't get around it. There's no like, oh, maybe I don't really like boozy, but maybe I can like it. No, I mean, it
comes in the boozy.
Yeah, it comes in like a cognac glass looking thing. So, but man, it smells so good and like warm and just inviting. Like, it's just inviting. Like, people want to give you a hug when you smell like this.
I feel like you're right. Like, wintertime, like sweater.
Oh yes, cozy and
somebody. But when I say sweater, not like casual, like a yummy, like you're going to a festive party and somebody does. They're like, everybody's a little toasty and they want
and you just want to get out the marshmallows and the hot chocolate, like that kind of,
celebratory.
Very, but it's not nighttime or daytime to me. I will wear this to the grocery store at noon and have no issue with it. So, but so many people stop and they're like, "Oh my goodness, what are you wearing?" And I like that I'm able to tell them something they can go to Sephora and get, because sometimes they're like, "What is that? I've never heard of that," because they're not like
niche. Yeah, like they're too niche.
They're not crazy about fragrance like we are. But this one is definitely a compliment getter.
Yes. I totally agree. Okay, my first one is like my first niche fragrance buy, or maybe it's from the brand. It might not have been the first one, but I would say for the longest time, this was my my signature scent, Velvet Haze.
I've never smelled this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you love patchouli.
Yes.
So you're gonna love this. But this, and think of it as the fabric of velvety. It really does. Yeah. So this is a patchouli, but it's got this coconut water in here, like cacao, but there's this freshness in here too. And this is the one that every time I wear this, if someone will stop me and ask me what I'm wearing. So I don't know if it is just my chemistry and this together, but this is like, people want to hug you. this is one that I've been asked about every single time, and I was sort of surprised, like, I loved it, but it has patchouli in it, and, like, our last topic we talked about was patchouli scents are our most, I feel like, complimented fragrances, and so that's why I wanted to include that, but this is literally every single time, and it's just comforting. It is cashmerean, it is coconut water, it's like creamy coconut, ambrette, so there's that
I love ambrette.
yeah,
Love
ambrette, patchouli, and it's just like this lovely velvety deliciousness that I cannot get enough. And it was funny. So I heard through the grapevine that this is being discontinued by Byredo.
They're discontinuing a lot of things.
And I was going to say this is still available, but then someone asked me this was their favorite, and they said, "Well, I'm segueing in that I'm cheating already." So she's like,
I'm cheating on one too, so it's okay. You get a pass.
But she was asking me, like, once this is her favorite fragrance ever, and what should she get? And is there something similar? And this is the Memo Lala Bella.
So I have a sample of that.
Okay, so this one.
I do like this.
Okay, so if you like this one, this is like the sister scent. This one is modern and edgy, you know, that Byredo kind of cool girl. This is a little bit more feminine, refined. But if you do like this, I kind of feel like you, Mandy, I feel like you'd probably be more.
What's the longevity on the Byredo? Because I've heard good and bad things. Honestly, I've heard mostly bad things, but that could just be people's chemistry.
So on this Velvet Haze, this is I have Gypsy Water, I have Ball de Freak, I have a couple other ones, and I would say yes, like Ball de Freak, all of a sudden it just like disappears, and I love that one. It's green, like I love it. It's just a really great scent. But I also layer it with the body lotion and the body shower. This one is not. This is a longevity monster.
That's good to know.
So this one is worth the, you know, this is not one of the typical Byredo scents where it will kind of disappear. Yeah.
I don't have a full Byredo, but I have smelled them many, many times. I think De Los Santos is my favorite. But this, if it's anything like, I do like Lalibela. So
okay. So I feel like this is the sister. So if this is actually right now, you can still get it. But it really is just such a gorgeous scent. And the Lalibela is just a little bit more feminine, a little bit more refined. And I love it. So I told her like this would be kind of like the sister scent. It's in the same vein. And just so gorgeous. And I would describe this as, I wouldn't say it's necessarily gourmand. It'd be floral, patchouli. Like
I do smell the patchouli.
Yeah, this is a patchouli scent. How would you describe what it compares to? Are you talking about the Ball de Freak? Sorry, I'm wondering if they're talking about that or if they're talking about these two. But it has like a little touch of chocolate in here, so there's a little bit of a gourmand hint to it, but I wouldn't categorize this as like a true gourmand in my eyes. It's a floral patchouli forward scent.
You know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of the Patchouli by Profumum Roma, but with a little bit more floral to it.
A little bit more,
That's kind of what I'm getting. Oh, it smells good. I like it. I don't need it, but I like it.
And I guess if I was going to say a Mandy pick, I think I would pick this just because it's got a little bit more of a modern edginess to it. And not quite, just because you've been telling me you're not into as much into the feminine girl like that. So,
which is a perfect segue because the next one I'm going to talk about is feminine. And this is one that I do think is okay. So I love tuberose.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like tuberose, and I get it. I seem to like all the notes that other people don't like. But I have quite the collection. Like I have a whole tray in my closet of tuberose dominant perfumes that I put away for the fall and winter. But this one is one that I got. It's a flanker of a designer, and I have the travel spray of the original, and I like it. It was fine. But then I smelled the intense version and I loved it. It's from Armani and it's My Way Intense.
Oh,
and this is, I mean, I went through a pretty hefty sample before I got this one, and people love it. Despite the amount of people that don't like tuberose, they just seem to flock to it as a floral, but it's still sweet.
Yeah.
When you first spray it, you get a blast of that like bubblegum tuberose.
Okay, but I like tuberose, so I'm sort of like,
yes. So it does have that kind of bubblegummy note to it. And I sprayed this probably 20 minutes ago, and I can still smell that a little bit, but it dissipates a little bit, and the sweetness comes through, the vanilla and the sandalwood kind of comes through, and it almost has a little bit of a very, very, very faint grape type of like vibe. Not black currant. That's more syrupy to my nose than like a grape, but I don't know. There's just something about it's a very, very smooth, very tuberose dominant, but sweet scent. And to me, it is not overly different from the original, but it is a little bit sweeter and it does last a little bit longer on me. And it's not as sharp. Like the tuberose can be a little sharp in the opening of the original, and this one's not as sharp. Again, it's just a little bit sweeter, but it's not cloying sweet. I'm not talking like sugar sweet, you know?
Taking the edge off of
yes.
Because I liked the original and I haven't smelled that one, but
smell the intense next time you're in store.
Bottle and I was like,
I love the bottle. The
like I was like
blue.
And then
it smells so good. And people, again, this is kind of what I was saying at the beginning, like the things that I'm surprised that I get stopped for, because so many people say they don't like patchouli and so many people say they don't like tuberose.
Yeah.
But then they stop and ask you, what are you wearing? And this is definitely one that I have gotten stopped and asked about. And I don't think that there's really a season for it. Like I will wear it all year round, but it shines in the spring and the summer for sure.
Is it more or less floral than the original?
I think it's the same amount of floral, but it's the sharpness of the floral that's dialed down.
Okay.
Yeah. And
it's a little bit of the sweet.
A little bit of the sweet is dialed up, but I wouldn't say that one has more tuberose than the other. If that, I mean, hopefully that helps.
That's good. Yeah. Because sometimes people like, even they think they don't like florals, but if it's done in a very smooth,
which this is, and it does, you feel like, I mean, the opening takes me back to my brother's baseball games growing up, where we had the Big League Chew, you know, the like shredded bubble gum that you would open and you would chew it for 5 seconds and spit it out because all the flavor would go away, but then you kept just stuffing it in your mouth.
I love that.
That is that's what it brings me back to. And then that's for like 5 minutes. And again, that kind of bubble gumminess is still there throughout the whole wear, but it's not as intense as when you first spray it. But I love it because it's nostalgic, and tuberose is my favorite floral note.
I remember when you were going through the tuberose phase.
Yeah, that's how I filled that tray in my closet. Everything I bought was tuberose.
It was like the cutest thing because it was like this one and this one.
This one. I would text her every day with multiple tuberose. What do you think of this one? What do you think of this one? I just bought this one.
I was like,
I love it.
I love it. Okay. So the next one, did you have another cheater one there or no?
I have a cheater. I'll do my cheater one next.
Okay.
My 2 cheats are next.
Okay. I'm going to do a floral one since we're on floral.
Okay.
And this is what I kind of consider like that first one, Velvet Haze, was signature scent for years, and then you move on. And now I would say 51 by Roja.
I have. Is that the elixir?
So this one is the essence one, because I do have the original, which I do love, but I was like, this one's a little better.
Is the original the elixir? 50, because I have a sample, but all it says is 51 elixir, and I may have labeled it wrong.
Yeah, this one is the Eau de Parfum, and then this is the essence one.
I think this is 51. I was just making sure I was smelling the right thing.
So
carry on.
So this is Floral Beauty. Very like luxurious, but I call it joy in a bottle. Like this one is my daughter smelled it, was like, it just smells like you. It like makes you like it makes me very happy. And when in doubt, this is what I'm always gonna wear. I don't get sick of it. And that's why I would say it's my signature scent. It's definitely like a bouquet of 8 different florals. And it was very funny because at the time I was like, oh, I don't really like florals. They make me sick a little bit, or and then now it's like I can't get enough of them. And this one though is sort of like the turning point for that because it's got a dose of vanilla in here. It just feels very kind of luscious to me, but it does not make me headachy or sick to my stomach, if that makes it's a smooth operator. So like that's Roja is always very smooth. You can't like pick out one note per se, but it's got jasmine, tuberose, gardenia, lily of the valley.
What do you smell the most? What floral do you smell the most?
Oh, and it also has got raspberry in it. So it's got a little bit of this fruity floral thing.
A touch of powdery too.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of raspberry. Like,
it's got a little orris in here.
Okay,
like,
that's what I'm smelling.
One of these like million notes, so you're kind of
but
it
smells
like
very good.
A jasmine, orange blossom. I'm like trying to think, like it has so many different florals in there that I was like, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, but it's got patchouli, it's got creamy sandalwood, it's got
that's why I like it.
Yeah, 51. So to me, this
really good.
I literally think of this as joy in a bottle, and like you just want to feel good about yourself and happy. And this always puts a smile on my face. But every time I wear this, so the reason I say this, so I sometimes feel like if you're wearing a fragrance that you just love and makes you feel great, I don't know if it's like the fragrance per se, or if you're just exuding that
confidence. Yep.
And so I love this, but people who have picked this up, because I've talked about it, are like, oh my gosh, you're like, right. Like, isn't that good?
It's really good. And it's one of those ones that's like, I don't know why I like it. Because it just, I can't really pick it. Like I can pick the powderiness out. I can pick a little bit of the patchouli, but that's just because my nose like has radar for that. But otherwise it's very like well mixed.
It's so smooth. It's got cinnamon and clove in here, but like Roja perfumes, I swear, like to me, the reason I like that is like it's so well blended. Like you literally cannot, it's this melange of things. You can't be like, oop, it's this note or that. Right. And then I don't know, it just smells so good. And it just, again, I don't know.
Are the purple bottles, is that the essence? Right. So is it not as strong as the original? Does it last as long? How does that compare?
So, okay. So the original I love because it's a little bit more like creamier and butterier. Like, that, like, I love this, but the price reflects this.
Right.
This is the essence is going to be like brighter. Okay. This is like, I wear everyday scent. Day or night, you can wear it anywhere. This too, but this one has just a little bit more of this creamy, buttery underbelly here, and I smell more vanilla in the eau de parfum. Whereas I feel like this one is going to be just a teeny bit brighter, and I love to travel with this one as well, just because it's kind of, how you don't want to offend, and like you can wear them on the airplane, and it's like people are gonna, you just smell good. You're not gonna be like, whoa.
Right.
So this one's called 51
Essence.
Yeah, 51s, and this is the Essence, and it's still, and then the other one's the eau de parfum. So
good. Good.
So crowd pleaser, I think, as well.
Yeah. Well, I think all of these kind of are, because so many people come up and and say something. And honestly, I feel like a perfume's got to be really special because it can be a little, I don't know, daunting. I have gone up to a couple people and been like, oh my goodness, what are you wearing? But I don't know if I wasn't in love with perfume like I am, if I would. So I feel like it's even more of a testament to how good the perfumes smell if someone's really going to get out of their comfort zone and be like, what do you smell like? I don't know you from Eve, but what do you smell like?
Yes.
Maybe that's just me.
No, but it's true because it's like you're right. Like, are you gonna run down the street and ask someone, or if you're in the
Right.
elevator and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you smell so good." Hi,
Yeah.
ladies. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you now get to do
Okay.
your cheater. I'm
My
excited.
cheater. So, and this is just, it's kind of a 2-for-1 because one
Yeah.
of them is what I get stopped at the most, but the other one's very similar smelling. If you don't want to buy, oh, let me just say what it is. Shall I? This is from BDK, and it is Passoir.
I love this one.
And this, for someone who has as many bottles as I do, this is a good dent. Like this, out of all the ones I'm going to talk about, this is Chad's favorite. He always comments on this when I wear it. He always asks what I'm wearing. He is very, very, very picky about perfume. But this is, oh, I don't want to say, I think I like Tuberose Imperial a little bit better from the line, but this is definitely in my top 2 from BDK. It is this fruity, floral, like white floral, but mostly I get the quince in it. And I never thought I knew what quince smelled like. And I honestly don't think I did until I smelled this. But now if I smell another perfume with quince in it, I'm like, I automatically know what it is because it's so prevalent in this. And it's so, it just stands out the most.
It's that, I mean, wasn't this an instant love for you? Like this was like instant love, and my husband loves this. Like I do have to say, I think this one is like the man eater.
It is. It is. I mean, because that's who typically stops me and asks me what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And again, you know, it's not often Chad says something about what I'm wearing because it's not often that he probably even likes it. He's very picky, but he does like this one.
Both of our husbands. Well, mine's really funny. He'll be like, "This is flat."
Yeah.
Piss, or you know, like,
yes. And I'm
like, and then
I will wear one of my very favorite perfumes, and I'm like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Eh," and I'm like, "What do you mean, eh? This is like the best thing I've ever smelled. What do you mean?" And then I just get mad and I walk away, and I'm like, "You're supposed to love it." But this one he loves, and it is orange blossom. It does have some tuberose in it.
Yes.
Does it have tuberose? No, it doesn't. It's orange blossom. Has a little bit of patchouli. It has ginger on the top, which I really like. I love ginger in a perfume. That's in my L'Entrée Rouge, and I feel like it stands out in that too. But it's this like floral, little bit of spicy quince.
Yeah, quince. In so many people, like honestly, I just don't know if this would be one that people don't like. I mean, I'm sure there's some people don't like it, but don't you feel like this was
is,
oh my gosh, and I have to get a bottle.
Everybody that I know that likes perfume likes this one.
Yes.
I haven't come across anybody that says they didn't. Now, I will say the only bad thing about this is it's not the longest lasting scent on me. But out of probably all of my full bottles of BDK, it's probably the one that lasts the least amount of time, but I don't care because I still get a solid like 4 hours out of it. If I don't get 4 hours in a perfume, then it's like not worth me buying a full bottle, really, because I look for longevity when I spend money on a perfume. But when it smells this good, I don't mind respraying, and I can overspray this and it doesn't ever knock anybody out. It's very mass appealing, but very different than probably anything else you have in your collection. I don't have it. I say I don't have anything that smells like it. That's a lie. I do have something that smells like it. So this is, I don't know how much is this retail, like 180 to 210, something like that. Retail, I think. So this one I got, this is from an indie house called Michael Malul.
Yes.
Have you ever smelled any of his stuff?
Yes.
Michael Malul, London. And this is called Citizen Jill. And I want to talk about this one because when I first sprayed it, and I think I even texted you this when I got it.
Yeah,
when I first sprayed it and smelled it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love it. Where have I smelled that before?
Yes.
And it took me probably about an hour of wearing it to where I was like, Passoir. It has fruity notes in it. It does not have quince.
Yeah.
And it is not the same. I'm not by any means saying they are dupes at all. But if you like Passoir, I think you're going to like this one. And they're similar enough to where my nose picked up on it.
Yes.
So maybe look at, because my favorite fragrance, one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Chad actually stole for me and wears it, and it's from them, and it's the Jet Black Platinum, I think, from Michael Malou.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah.
Yes. And the Citizen Jack came out first. I have that one too. And it is a gorgeous pineapple freshie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So definitely check this whole line out, because I think they're not talked about enough. But these two are very similar. But this one is the one that gets me all the compliments.
This one, crowd pleaser.
So good.
Yeah. Yay. And somebody asked about our favorite gourmand scents. Don't worry, we're going to be addressing that in a minute.
Yes. It would take me a long time to sit down and think of I do have a favorite, but it's one that you can't get, but like one boutique now, I think in Europe somewhere. That always happens.
Okay. So now should we do gourmand, or should I go on to?
I have a gourmand, so you can do yours and then I'll do mine. Yeah.
Okay. So crowd pleaser, gourmand, deliciousness. I had to go with fragrance du bois. This is Minuit et Demi. And I was kind of going back and forth between like which one I should pick, but this is the one that I always get compliments on. And I feel like this is like you're walking into this like very, I would say slightly posh coffee place, like someplace that's, cooking. They have some baked goods going on, and you're going to be ordering the most delicious caramel latte with a dusting of cacao on there, some cinnamon. It's got caramel, it's got coffee notes, and that coffee really grounds it. So it is definitely unisex. I would say but anytime I wear this is one I've been stopped and asked what I'm wearing. And so I had to put this out there because it's like the compliment getter, and it's cozy and delicious. Have you smelled this?
I have smelled it. Yeah. I don't have a full bottle. I have smelled it, and I think I'm trying to think of the couple of scents that people say it reminds them of. And I can't.
I have it. Penhaligon's
Changing Constance. That's what it is. Yeah. That, and I feel like there was something else, but I have smelled it, and I do like it. I don't really know why I don't have it. Because it does have that's like coffee.
It's coffee.
It reminds me a little bit of like the Coffee Addict that I have from Theodoros Kalatonis, who is a Greek perfumer. And y'all, I'm not stealing Abby's time because I'm gonna let her, but they just came out with a velvet chocolate, and it is probably the best chocolate scent I've ever smelled. I got a decant of it, and when I added that and I layered it with Coffee Addict, like I wanted to gnaw my arm off. It smelled so good.
What is the one? Okay, what is the one? It was a violet and chocolate from Mancera.
Oh, Choco Violet. Yeah. Still one of my very favorites.
The one where you were going nuts, like
that's the Choco Violet, but that's more hazelnut chocolate.
Yeah.
The velvet chocolate is like a melted Hershey bar. Like
is it like sweet like Hershey?
It's not that sweet. It's not too sweet. It's like the perfect chocolate scent. I have a 5 ml decant, and I'm like, once I get through it, I'm going to buy a full bottle because it's okay. So I'm sorry. Go ahead with your menu. I went on a little.
No, I love it. I was like, that's what I was trying to kind of go to, compliment getter because we both love gourmands. But this one is been asked about it. Very cozy caramel latte in my, but it has that coffee. I love the coffee note in it. And this was where I didn't know that I really liked coffee scents per se. Like, I don't gravitate towards them. And this was the first time I was like, I get it. Like,
I think it's also one that I've never heard anybody say they don't like.
No.
Like, I do feel like it's just everybody likes it.
Yeah. That's so.
It does smell really good.
My gourmand crowd pleaser. and I want to hear.
Yay.
I know. I think I know what yours is next. So I'm like, we know it.
Yes, this is one that it's from right now, my current favorite house, Profumum Roma. And this is Sorriso. And this is one of the reasons I love this house. Well, this is probably the least reason I love it, but their scents are amazing. But they offer these 18 mil smaller sizes. And I think this was a blind buy. Oh my goodness, I can't. Do you see how much like I have left? Hardly any.
I was about to say, like, you need the big mango.
Oh, I'm getting the big bottle. Yeah. This is a very, very, I said velvet chocolate was, probably the best chocolate scent. It's hard to say that now. This is a chocolatey orange scent.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want that to put anybody off, because those oranges you get at Christmas time, like you open them and they're chocolate and they divide off into. I don't like those. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that I don't like those. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh, I know what those smell like, and I don't like that. This is not like that. It has like a bitter orange to it, which I think cuts the dark chocolate. Y'all, this is heaven in a bottle. If you like gourmand, if you like a chocolate scent, you have got to try this. This is it's almost like a creamy hot chocolate vibe. A creamy hot chocolate that's made with dark chocolate, if that makes sense.
And I think we both think this brand is outstanding. Like, I don't think
there's
like anything that I haven't liked per se. Like, I've liked things better, but a local place here where I can go and smell all of them. And
have you gone to smell D'Encanto yet?
No, I
wore that today.
She's going. Wait, did you already order the full bottle?
Oh, I've had it. Remember I talked about it in
Did
I talk about it in the Patchouli video? I talked about it in my favorite discoveries of 2022 video on YouTube. But yes, I have the full bottle. That was one of the ones that I was like, spray, smell, order. Like in that order within like 5 minutes. But
where can you say the Sorriso by
Sorriso, Sorriso.
And you can get that at Lucky Scent.
Lucky Scent. I have it linked down in my description box.
Yes, everything is linked in the description box. But sometimes we talk about a few other things, so I'll go back through.
But this one is one that, like I said, I've got a lot. So to actually go through an 18, this is 18 mil, so it's a good size. It's more than half of an ounce. To go through that. It's always one that I travel with. I travel with multiple decants, but this is one that I always stick in as my gourmand option. Rarely do I ever not have this in my travel bag. Oh, because it's just so good. If you want a chocolate scent, you've got to. But this, okay, so as far as compliments go, I put this on one night. I don't know when it was. It was quite a few months ago. And I went to Target with my girls. And I go to checkout. And I hear these like footsteps, like running. Okay. And I'm like, what in the world? I look behind me and I'm like, I promise I didn't steal anything. Like, it was kind of like that kind of thing. And this guy who was working the cash register, like 4 registers down that I had just passed by, ran and followed me to ask me what I was wearing. He was like, what are you wearing? It is the best thing I've ever smelled in my life. And it was one of those ones. It was like, I told him and he's like, huh? What?
Look, you have to write it down.
I know. So I had to and I did. I got like the cashier gave me like a little receipt piece of paper so I could write it down on it. But he was like, I've never smelled anything better. And you don't need, these are very concentrated with oils. You don't need much at all. One spray on each arm, rub it together. They actually recommend, because there's so many oils, for you to rub these together. Yes. And it kind of breaks up the oil and makes it smell so good. You are going to love how you smell. Everybody else is going to love how you smell. It never, ever fails for me to get someone to ask what I'm wearing. But the Target is my favorite story because he literally ran me down.
Yeah, no, but that's like the true, because that's where I've done that to somebody before, just because you're like, I have to know what that is.
Yes. Yes. And Angela asked if I smell velvet chocolate. I have. I was talking about that just a few minutes ago. I have a little decant of it, and it's fabulous. Very, very good chocolate scent. And
You're making me hungry.
I know. I want to show. one thing while I'm talking about decants,
Yeah.
and I will do my best to put this information in the description box afterwards. But Abby, I haven't showed you this. Look at, I ordered this special order wood.
This is perfect to be putting on the little decant.
All of the decants. And I got the special order exactly how many I wanted for the 10 mil and the 5 mil. So I still have a couple of spots left to fill, but see how many it's 90 something, I think.
And actually, see, this is so good because mine, I'd be embarrassed to show anybody.
I still have some embarrassing shelves.
I mean, if you saw how many perfumes are here in the unorganized, and like this was my goal for 2023 is to organize.
Yeah. And this is just, I have a ton more of the decants, but these are the ones that I want to make sure I don't forget about because they get forgotten.
Well, no, and I think that's why I buy bottles, because when I buy those, I mean, they get here and there.
And then you forget about them.
And I don't need bottles. Like I need like that. So I use the perfume.
Yes.
So this is perfect. Ooh, good.
So okay. It's a Facebook. It's this guy on Facebook that you can special order from. So I'll do my best to put his information down in the.
Put that in there because I think it's going to be good. Okay. Oh, I'm loving that.
It's so good. So I just wanted to show that since I was talking so much about decants. Okay. What's next?
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go with, so this is Compliment Getter. Again, it's a little bit of a cheater, but not too bad. It's just gonna be like, okay, so Delina Exclusif. Okay. Anytime I wear this, like literally I get compliments. And I know that can be, people either love it or they're like, not for me. And I do, the original has that sharp rhubarb. So this is a vanilla rose, gorgeous, luscious scent. I would say very feminine. And I'm a pink girl. So yes, I love the bottle.
The bottle is very pretty.
The Delina original, which I do like, but it's got this sharp rhubarb that on my body I don't love. But the Exclusif is a little bit creamier. It's almost a little bit sweeter, but not like cloying sweet, but it just takes away that sharpness. And so anytime I wear this, I'm going to get compliments. And I was wearing this for my daughter's graduation, and we had like a little party and everything. And it was literally like every person at that party wanted to buy into the party, you know, and I was like, "Ooh, did I put on too much? I was kind of like embarrassed, like a little, like
self-conscious,
a little bit, because I was like, oh, I hope I didn't overdo it." But that being said, there is a new beauty. So let's say that you like Delina, or maybe you are like, I don't want to smell like everybody else. This is Patiala, and this to me is like your unique, special. I was telling Mandy, because she's not a Delina girl, but I was like, I feel like you might love this, because to me it is a combination of Delina Exclusif, Gris Dior, and then you're going to put on a little bit of Chanel No. 5 aldehydes. So it's going to have that sparkling nature to it, and it's just spectacular. Like this one, I feel like is, if you like that Turkish rose in the Delina, and I know you're not a rose girl, but
I'm not, but I have smelled that one, and there's not a Delina flanker on the planet that I like. I think I'm the only one that doesn't like any of the Delinas, but I have sampled the Thamine and I do like it.
And I think someone just said this is like elegance. Like I do have to say this one feels more elegant, more refined, but it's got this touch of that Delina that I do love, because I do like that. Delicious, jammy Turkish rose. Like I love that. And this one just sparkles. And I just, honestly, this is newer to my, and I just love the bottle. I just love it.
I love the blue of the bottle. I love it. So pretty.
Yay. So yes, love. So that was my cheater. Just Delina is Compliment Getter. But
and that, yes. And I think, Delina, I'm telling you, so many people love it. I don't know what's wrong with my nose, but when I've smelled all of the flankers, I'm like, I just can't do this. But it is, so many people love it. And I do feel like it is consistent in all of the compliment type videos that you see.
Well, and it's funny because I don't always like, I smell it. My daughter loves it. And so when I smell her wearing Delina, I'm like, oh my gosh, she smells so good. But she's 20.
Right.
Or, and so there's a part of me that's like, oh, not that I think Delina is young, but a lot of, it has that appeal. And so that's when this came around. And this is Hello KG. This is not Peregrina. I love that one as well.
Peregrina is my favorite of
this is
to me.
Patiala. And I was saying this is the more sophisticated, has a touch of oak moss in here, Delina. Like if you like, maybe you don't like Delina, but you like that Turkish rose. I was just saying, I love it so much. So, and this is again listed down in our description box. And I personally like the Exclusif better. Someone was saying, because Delina is great, but there's that sharp kind of note in there of the rhubarb that on my chemistry, I prefer the Exclusif because it's a little bit creamier and it's a little bit more dose in my, I feel like I like that vanilla touch. And I do like the rosé. That's like a lighter version.
The vanilla rose or the Delina rosé. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I look at someone's asking us if we would be willing to try Leda 22 Orris.
I want to try it because I love Orris. I love the note of Orris. So I don't know why I haven't gotten it, honestly.
We would both be willing to try it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I'm not willing to try. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, how many do you have left?
I think I only have one. Oh, I have two.
Okay, that's how many I have left too. Okay, so again, I'm saving my most complimented for last, but this one's the one, and I think the reason that I've gotten so many compliments on this is because A, it's good, but B, it seems to be the one that I gravitate towards the most when I'm working a wedding. And I know I'm going to be kind of close to someone. And so because I'm by the end of a client, I'm basically sitting in their lap anyway. So because we're so like close, they maybe have more of a chance to smell it on me. I'm not sure, but I get a ton of compliments on Velvet Vanilla from Mancera.
Oh, yes.
And this is a very, very polarizing house because a lot of I personally think Montal, their sister house, is a little more synthetic than Mancera, and I don't own any Montals, but Mancera, there's, a complaint that they can smell synthetic, that they can have like a blast of synthetic, and some of them can. I definitely don't love all of them. Some of them I like despise. But this is by far my favorite one, and it doesn't have, to my nose, that sharpness, that like synthetic sharpness that a lot of them can have. But it is, oh my goodness. Oh, it's so good. This has been in my tuberose tray and I haven't gotten it out lately.
She's
like, this hit me with some Velvet Vanilla. Holy cow. It is a tuberose, but it has more than that going on. It's not just tuberose. It has some clove in it, and it also has angelica. Now, because it has angelica and the vanilla, when I first got this, I had another one of those like, what am I smelling moments? And again, this is nowhere near a dupe, but they remind me of each other on my skin to Angelique Noir. And I think
I was like, I love that.
I think it's the angelica in it and the vanilla. And the clove kind of makes it a little bit spicy too, but it's like syrupy goodness. It's not too sweet. It's definitely not a sharp tuberose. It is not indolic. It's not like a dying tuberose. It's nothing like that. It is something that, again, you wouldn't think looking at it, people would compliment you on, but I mean, hands down, more brides than not, when I'm wearing this, will say, oh my goodness, you smell so good. What are you wearing? Than any other perfume that I could be wearing while working.
And I think that that's a really important, like, that's why I say like perfumes that I would wear, like on an airplane when you're going to be next to strangers, or for your job or if I'm like Jim, like I don't ever want to upset anybody, but those ones that you might want to put a little something on.
Yeah.
So that's a good one to know.
It is. And it, to me, again, like I said, that there's so many people who, and I think they get a bad rap because a lot of them are kind of, like synthetic and a little too much, to where people don't go and discover more fragrances within the brand. They kind of, write the house off as being that way, and all of them are that way. And this one is not, at least to my nose and to everybody who seems to smell it on me and ask me about it, because I do get a ton of compliments on this, and it's just one that my skin really loves. It just does, and it lasts all day long. All day long.
I love it. Okay, that was awesome. I think I'm we're gonna end with our most.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, I actually don't have the full bottle, but I've been Miss Bisma's here. So I was
Hey, Bisma.
So in the beginning, I was saying like some genres will always kind of give you compliments, and a good fresh out of the shower, freshy, those kind of fragrances always get a compliment. And my daughter loves Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica. And we bought it for her in London. And then all of us ended up wearing, because we were actually there during a hot, it was kind of unseasonably hot.
Yep.
All you wanted was to feel clean. And so like the entire family, my husband, my son, me, we were all like spraying her bottle. She was getting upset, like, you're using. I was like, Mom will get you another one. It's like one of those. So it's just this like cottony, fresh laundry, fresh, soft musk. Like if you're just looking for one of those really good, like those kind of scents, that one is just, we got compliments like, ooh, you smell good. Like, Justin, it was like, think about being on the tube and hot and sweat. Like that one was just like for the easy, like fresh, clean scent. I cannot recommend Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica enough. I just think that and I think it would be like nice to layer it too. Like say you just want to add a little bit of freshness to another scent. I think that one would work well as well. That would be good.
How do you think it compares to, because I've smelled it, but it's been a long time. How do you think it compares to that new MFK that launched
I know, that was so funny because I almost was going to put this one.
Yes, because that like exudes fresh laundry type to me.
This one is a little bit more fresh laundry. Like, okay, there's a little touch of patchouli in Replica.
Okay.
I think for you, I would say.
Oh, I love the MFK one though too. Yeah. For like the dead of summer, it's beautiful.
I was trying to decide which one to do between when we were talking about. Yeah. Because like out of fresh, clean laundry, like this one I think is one of the best as well. It's so good.
Yes.
Easy wear. Like I don't think a lot of people wouldn't like it. The other one that's coming to mind is that Poe from Diptyque, the Poe something. It's a musk, fresh musk.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Okay. Well, anyways, but yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's like laundry. Because to me, like fresh laundry smells different than soapy. And sometimes I hear people describe something as like soapy. And that's not fresh laundry to me.
No, no.
It's not. Laundry detergent and soap are different for me. Like the soapiest fragrance that I have ever smelled is the Dia Woman Amouage.
Oh yes,
that is like
soap. Yes,
a bar of soap to my nose. But fresh laundry there's something special about that.
More cottony, I would say, like more linen-y, cottony. Like you're right. So and also like the soap, you're right. That like in certain fragrances, like the floral, they'll have like a little soapy note that I kind of like.
Yes,
but I wouldn't say that it's like this is not that.
No,
so yeah,
it's like. I think Lazy Sunday Morning, I think they have as their kind of background on their paper packaging or their box is like a clothesline.
Yes.
Like I think, and that's very appropriate.
They want to know what we think of Chanel number 5.
Chanel number 5 or
Chanel number 1.
Oh, the number 1. I like that one. I have a sample of it. I don't know where it is.
I have it. the little misty thing.
Yeah, in the red bottle that came out
Yes.
with the flower line this past, was it last year or the year before? I like it. It's definitely the least Chanel type fragrance that I have smelled. So if you're someone that's not big, it doesn't have much aldehydes or anything like that in it to my nose.
Like if you do not like Chanel,
then you probably will like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you do not like that classic DNA, then you're gonna like that one.
Yes. But yeah, I like it. Again,
but I don't see it right around here. I have
the bottle's beautiful. I love the color of it.
But of course, like
I know. Okay, now I know which one your number one is because I have mine out here to smell. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my most complimented fragrance that is the most hated among like the Fragrantica. If you go on that,
I know yours. I know it.
Yep.
Okay, I was just gonna say I'm like trying to go through.
If you look at the ratings on Fragrantica, it's horrible. The people who love it. The people who hate it, hate it. If Bisma's still on here, she hates it. I just gonna tell you that. But I am so in love with this, and I am just one of the ones that loves it. I've talked about it before because I feel like I can't have any kind of category where this does not fall into it. It's my favorite fragrance of all time, and it's Patchouli Magnetic or Magnetique. I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is magnetic to me. And this, hands down, every single time I wear it and leave the house, someone asks me what I'm wearing. And they're not like, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" It's like, "What are you wearing? You smell so good." And for something that is hated by so many and, talked down on, and actually I've seen some other fragrance reviewers that I really respect their opinion say they love it, which kind of validated my opinion. I shouldn't need that, and I don't need that, but it was kind of nice to be like, "Oh, look, somebody else does love it."
Well, you always but that's what I love about you is like this is because you've been raving, or I still have not, because I thought I had it in the sample kit, but I didn't.
You don't. Okay, well, it's just something, and I don't know if it's just my nose or my skin chemistry with it or what. I've had a few people message me and say I sampled it because you talk about it so much and I don't like it. I've had a few people that say I sampled it because you talked about it so much and I bought a full bottle. So it's the one out of my entire collection that I would never say blind buy. Like never. Okay.
Do not blind buy.
Do not blind buy. But for some reason, my nose and everybody else's nose, when it's on my skin, loves this. Out of all the ones I've talked about, I have not gotten more. Even the Velvet Vanilla, where I work with my brides, I still have not gotten more compliments on that than I have this one. And this is a beast mode of a fragrance. It's the extrait. Yeah. So it's got a high concentration of the oils in it, and you need 1-2 sprays, period. And it has lasted me 13 hours. Before we're on the 13th hour, I can still smell it without having to put my arm up to my nose, which is my kind of perfume. Like I want to smell it all day. Again, I haven't even looked at that. I see 13 comments. I haven't looked at them. Probably all of them are saying, "I hate that perfume."
Actually, no, I think you're getting a good mix and I think another thing to know, like you just said, is like you prefer that beast mode. Like, you know what I mean? So I think in some way you could be like, this is going to be beast. Now you've really got, because that's the one I was like, "Oh, good, I have the sample set. I gotta try it." And then, we move on to some other things.
Yeah.
But KG, would I like it? Because we tend to like the same thing. She's loved it.
Oh, does she have?
She bought it after your video.
Good. Yay! See, somebody else likes it, Bisma. Because Bisma's like, it's rancid. She was so sweet though. Bisma said she had a little travel size of it, and she sent it to me because she hates it so much. And it is the only perfume I wore when I was at Disney. this
Oh,
in October. So that goes to show that it works for me outside in heat
yeah.
and cold. And it's the only thing I wore. And I just walked around Disney World loving how I smelled all day long because it
I
just
love
lasts forever.
Angela's making me laugh. She says she loves it, but as I said, my husband
Yeah.
hates. I had one of those too, where I was like you said, Mandy. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so good. And then my husband was like, that smells like, and I was like,
Yeah. Well, you know
oh,
what? You can stay on that side of the house when I wear it, and I will stay on this side of the house, and you won't have to worry about it. That's what I tell Chad all the time. But again, very, very, and it's funny to me how such a polarizing scent can garner so many compliments, but it does. I don't know why.
I know, but I kind of love that. I think that's what makes perfume special and cool and an art,
Yes. Oh, I love this. It stays on the clothes. I wore it like 6 sprays in court the other day, knocked out the whole gallery. Probably. That's hilarious.
Okay, I love it. I love
Yay.
it. Okay,
Okay.
mine.
Yep.
And this
Last one.
Okay, so if you've been watching me for a while, I love vanilla, a good adult vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been on a tear. So both times I've been traveling lately, this is what I've taken with me. And it is Van Cleef and Arpels. And this is Orchidee Vanille. And oh, you guys,
It does smell so good.
it's so good. It's so good. And I think another thing is this is another one of these scents that I feel like is very me. And so I don't know if it is the scent or if it just makes me feel like really great. And so I feel like fabulous. And then, but I have had many people when we were traveling ask me what I was wearing, especially when you're going into perfume shops and you're like, then people were like, oh, what are you wearing? And this was my ultimate favorite. And it is just a gorgeous adult vanilla. It's got a little smattering of cacao or cocoa, I would say. It's got a little gourmand touch, but it is floral. It's a soft, yummy floral. I don't know.
It is soft, and I do smell the chocolate. And what I
love
love about this is that, this is a decant that I've had for a while. This is all I have left, but it's like the juice is like black.
Yeah, she's
and
like,
it gets better as it sits, which can be said for most perfumes, but especially
yes.
I feel like ones that have vanilla in it. Oh, you let it macerate for a long time, and it gets even better. It does smell so good.
It's so good. And it's gonna be a little feminine, pretty little, slightly powdery deliciousness. But I love this brand. Like this is one last time somebody when we did our patchouli told me to pick up the Moonlight Patchouli. They were like this one, and they were right, like absolutely stunning patchouli scent. But this one is just so, I don't know, it's my ultimate favorite, and I've been wearing it nonstop lately. I go through phases of this one, and it's like we're coming back into the zone where I'm pulling it out and wearing it all the time.
It's very pretty. It's like one you don't get tired of. It always smells good.
And then someone's asking us, I'm dying to try to get Baby Cat. Have you
I have a 10 mil decant of it. They are discontinuing it.
Oh.
It's been out for less than a year.
Well, I thought, why are they going to discontinue?
I have no idea. But it is, because of that, has skyrocketed.
Yes, because
like $600 something. I'm gonna grab my decant real quick.
Bisma told me to get she got Baby Cat, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I need it.
Yeah, and I think it's like that FOMO type situation now.
I was like, it was so expensive. Like I was like, anywhere I was searching, because you can't get it in the States. Nope. You got to have somebody. And then I was like, it is crazy, like outrageous expensive.
It's okay. To me, it's not what a lot of people have said that they get burnt tire smell out of this.
Yeah.
And I can see that. It's not off-putting to me to where I wouldn't wear it. But when I got my decant, I wasn't like, oh, I need to go spend the money on, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. I like it. I will use it. It smells good. It is definitely a different vanilla, but it wasn't one that I wanted to run out and buy a bottle of. Does that make sense?
Well, you know that Lune de Feline Um, do you know that vanilla one? You have it, I think.
Oh yeah. Loon, it's just Loon Feline, isn't it? I had
because that one
with
smelled.
the gold specks in it.
Yeah, the beautiful.
Yeah. Atelier
Okay, so
d'Or.
that one smelled like
Yeah.
I smelled that weird tire rubbery thing.
Yeah.
It dissipated, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" But at first, when I sprayed on, I was like, "I don't really like that rubbery."
But I
burn.
think it's
Is
kind of
this-
the same vibe as the Rosendo Matu number 5 that everybody loves. And I have a decant of that too. And I'm like, I don't love it. So I think it's just my nose. I think I'm broken. I don't dislike this. It's very pretty. And it's a very different vanilla.
Okay.
It is beast mode. And if you don't mind paying the price, and there's some people out there who's like the best vanilla they've ever smelled,
Then
I don't have FOMO on it. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh my goodness, I gotta get it because they discontinued it. I gotta get it. But it is pretty. I do like it.
We're getting another. KG always has really good. She has really.
Oh, I have Dolce Diablo too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, this is like a
right
super,
here.
Super sweet chocolate covered apricots. Like this one sounds.
Love this one. This is one that I will definitely be getting a full bottle of once I go through this. Oh, this is so fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's strong, but it is so good. I just inhaled some of it through like my nostril.
I want
it's so good.
Smell-o-vision. Bring it over here.
You have got to smell this, Abby. You will like it. This is full bottle worthy.
Okay, because I was gonna say that one sounds like right up my alley, and then I like it. She said she got the Johnson and Johnson Band-Aid vibe from Loon Feline too, and I was good because that one was not.
That's what I get from the Rosendo Matu number 5 or whatever. That everybody loves. I get that kind of vibe. Write this down.
I'm like literally writing this down like tonight because I feel like I need a little treat.
Yes.
Everybody, this is so good.
That is a treat too. Oh my goodness. That's what I think I'll wear that after I get out of the shower tonight because it smells so good.
Okay, so this actually, what are we doing for our next theme?
I don't think we have decided exactly which floral, but I think we decided it needs to be a floral because we've been doing pretty heavy, like
gourmandy
type, or heavy, more fall, winter. And we're getting into the spring. So I think we're going to do some kind of floral.
Does anybody have any other? Yeah. What is there anything that you guys want to? These are fun because it gives Mandy and I excuses to get perfume.
Not that I need excuses, but if I can like justify it by like, well, everybody else is asking me, then
I love that. Oh, good.
You are so welcome, Angela. Y'all, that is the best, like easily accessible, affordable perfume. Did you ever go smell that? I sent you a picture of it like the day I bought it and was like, you need this.
Yeah, and then that was where it was like I have to go out to the Burbs to go to my Bath and Body Works. So I was like,
It's worth it. I'm telling you, it is so good. I have the body butter and I like layer it. Oh, it's so good. My store still had it like last week. So.
Okay, good. I think one other, I'm just going to throw it out there. We won't do it now, but since you're a booze hound, we need to do boozy fragrances. So
I'm never going to say no to that. Never.
I'm just writing down ideas, but okay, good. Right. I like all of this. I'm writing down everybody's thing. I think tropicals, transportive.
I like transportive. I like that.
Yeah, because that's actually when I'm depressed here in the Pacific Northwest. Like I really like in the winter time, that's when I lean on those, like, let me feel. That's my fragrance du bois. That floral one I love.
Yes.
I'm like really out of it tonight, guys. I cannot remember. I'm a little bit tired from travel, so I'm a little like all these boozy scents is making me drunk.
That's hilarious. Julie says she loves. I didn't know, Julie, that you were on here. Hello. She is. She sent me some samples lately that I bought some bottles of that I'll be talking about because they're so good. I saw Iris. I thought about Iris because I love Iris.
We love Iris, Amber. You guys, I'm just writing all these down, but this is so much fun, and it's
unique, fun
for us to like play with our collection here to share some goodness.
It's so much fun. I could talk about, honestly, I could talk about fragrance all day
Yes,
long.
thank you. I'm literally sorry, guys. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh John. Yeah.
I was curious about actually real quick about those Tom Ford, the cherry smoke and the electric. Hasn't who is this worth kind of I saw them.
I haven't tried it, but so one of my favorite perfume channels to watch is, I think the name of it is just the Perfume Guy.
Yeah, I love him.
Sebastian.
We all are in love with him.
He is so awesome. He's one of the ones that likes Patchouli Magnetic. Okay. But he said that he hated the new Tom Fords.
Okay, because he's like I feel like I resonate a lot with the things he likes. So if he didn't, okay, good. He hated both. Okay.
Yeah, he did not. And I feel like they're throwing, Tom Ford is just like pumping out fragrances like nothing. And I'm like, I need something to be a little bit more unique and not $500 a bottle. Like,
well, that was why I know everybody hates. That's why I was saying, someone was like, "Are you gonna get them?" And I was like, I don't know that. I need to, and they haven't come here locally, so I haven't been able to go smell them yet. So
yeah, I don't really have any kind of desire. One of the ones I just bought was cherry.
Yeah.
That I'll be talking about, and it's like probably my favorite cherry fragrance ever. So I have no desire to buy those, but the new Guerlain I want to try.
Yes. Sure. Oh my gosh, that one. We could, like, now I'm like, we could do new lunches too.
Oh yes, and my wallet will be empty because I'll be like, I want this new lunch and this new lunch and this new lunch.
I know. Okay.
But I do want to smell the jasmine something.
I almost wanted to go. I know I need to see. I'm trying to be good and be not blind by people. I'm trying to.
I know.
23. I'm gonna get your little wood thing, and
I'm telling you, it is like one of my favorite things. It makes me use my decants way more than before.
She said that the one is too expensive for the longevity.
I feel like Guerlain is getting there since they went to the new bottles, and that the longevity is just not there.
And they're so pretty.
They're gorgeous. I just wish they would last a little bit longer for, what you're paying. But
yeah, because it's a lot too. It's expensive, and if you're not loving on it.
Yes.
Yes, we will. She'll help us figure out the wood thing. Mandy,
yes.
All of us.
I will go in there and I'll look at my messages and I'll find his Facebook name and put that down there so you can and message him and tell him that I sent you, because when I saw that, and I special ordered mine, so it was a little bit more expensive because I specifically wanted like the slanted one with a certain amount of 10 mil and 5 mil, but he's got some that like he's already made and that are, as slanted and stuff. So you'll be able to find something, and they're all very pretty. All the wood options are very pretty.
Oh, I love it. Oh, good. Okay. You guys are amazing.
Yes,
I love
this was
so
great.
Much. This was so much fun. And what did we decide again? I'm sorry, I'm out of it.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I think we're going to go through all the stuff you wrote down, and then we'll decide.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be one of those.
One of those, and it'll be next month, and I'm so excited. You guys, thank you so much. And it was so fun to connect with everybody. Yes. And I love you, Mandy. So thank you.
Love you. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.